All right, gold member. Don't play the laughing boy. There are only two things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
What?
I'm done with the Dutch. I'm done. I'm done with the Dutch. Forgot my glasses. Forgot my glasses. We got to keep all these narratives out of our head. We're done. We're done with the Dutch. I don't know how to get rid of this, and I don't even fucking care. I'm looking at Arne Slot, dejected in his post-game presser. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch it together. We're going to watch this bald fucking fraud together. We're going to watch what smoke this bald bastard is going to blow up our ass today after losing 3-2 to a set-piece coach, a team that sold away their best assets, including their manager. That's who I just lost to. A Premier League winning manager. Okay. Unfortunately, it. One second. I've made a video. I've made a video. And we're going to watch Arnie's post-game presser. But before I even have to watch it, I'm going to advise you, you might need to turn down your volume a little bit. But if I could categorize, how do I feel right now as a Liverpool fan having to listen to Arne Slot? This is how I feel. Now, you're going to have to excuse the fact that it isn't him because this program also operates under copyrighted material. But this is how I feel about Senor Arne Arteta.
Like the set pieces hurt us again today.
Oh my God! Same shit, get hit.
That's how I feel about listening to Arne Slot. That is the current status of my opinion on Arne Slot. We're about to listen to the same shit another fucking week. I'm about to have to listen to this absolute fraud tell me the same exact thing that he's told me for 8 straight weeks. Give me a second. Give me a second. That's how I feel. Same shit, different week. You're going to tell me the same thing that you've been telling me all season. And people are going to have their own narratives about what's going on at this club. People are going to talk about players. People are going to talk about lack of intensity. People are going to talk about lack of fight. And I'm just going to simply ask you, well, why did that happen? Why is it that after the 10th minute, this team looked totally dejected? What about those first 10 minutes showed you that this team ever had any chance with the approach that they took to take any modicum of control? What about the first 10 minutes of this game told you that the second 80 minutes was going to be any different from the first? There was not a single positive. So there was nothing for me to look to and say, that's a moment. That's a moment where they could have built off of. Not one. Not a single still image that I can show you that will change anyone's mentality on the pitch in the first 45. We make no adjustments during halftime. Second half comes, I'm getting the same thing. Milos Kerkez's goal did nothing. It was also on borrowed time. How do I, why the fuck is this like this? How do I, hang on. I don't know. I don't know how to change. I don't know why this looks like this now. Whatever. I'm new to this. I guess I have to stand up. Tell us all. Talk about build up, and we can't even do a build up when our attacking line does not even move and gets involved and always waiting for the ball or for scoring chances. F's. Yes. 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 Listen. Everything that we saw happen against us was directly related to what we were trying to do. And I can't tell you what we were trying to do. That's the problem. I can't tell you what the game plan was. There is not a human being on this planet yet. Notice this toilet. This is where Arnie's leading us. I'm going to leave this open. I'm going to leave this cracked. That is the toilet. That is my toilet. That's where we're headed. Straight in there. Flush it. Flush it. It's gone. All your hopes and dreams. Every bit of confidence that you ever had about this club going right here, through the wall into the toilet. Pick up yourself. I don't know why this looks like this now. I don't have the time to figure it out. This team is going nowhere. This manager is going nowhere. This style of play is leading to nothing. The only argument that I heard before this game was that people, for one reason or another, thought that they could see where Arnie was going. They thought he's just trying to change the culture of the football club. He's just trying to change the way we play. I'm here to tell you, as a matter of fact, that style of play is going nowhere. There is no way to improve what I just watched. There is no feasible, articulable, rational adjustment that you could make. I mean, we're talking about an extreme home makeover. We're talking about gutting the whole thing. Like, have you ever heard the analogy of after a forest fire and the forest is burnt and everything is a crisp? That is the moment in time where the forest can grow the quickest. The most amount of nutrients are on the ground. It has the ability to sprout quickly, right? But it's only when the whole thing burns down, it's able to do that. That's how I feel about Liverpool. The only way that we can make a sharp, quick adjustment is to burn it all down. You have to burn it all down. We're gonna break down what Arnie Slot has to fucking gaslight us about. Not yet. Not yet. We're gonna go into that, but not yet. Because I can feel people finally starting to stop looking at the players. I can feel people's intensity towards this manager. I can feel their anger, their frustration. They're finally starting to see the impotence, the ineptitude that this manager has displayed this entire season. They finally have started to rationalize the fact that we were 13 minutes away from being first in the league to being like 12th. Get that through your head. Without those last-minute goals in the first 5 games of the season, we would be like 15 points behind Arsenal. 14 minutes separates us from being in the relegation zone to being where we are today. 14 minutes. £500 million. That's what you've bought me. £500,000 has bought me 14 minutes of security. I see people having a go at Florian Wirtz today. Oh, what? You're going to have a go at Florian Wirtz when the double pivot decided to vacate the midfield the whole game. You're going to have a go at Ibrahima Konate when he's being asked to be your most progressive passer. You're going to have a go at Connor Bradley when he's constantly given the ball in the wing-back position and left in a one-on-one with no one to pass the ball to. Can anyone figure out that the reason why we had to go long is because we were totally incapable of building out of the press? And the reason why we were totally incapable of building out of the press is because we were always either man-to-man or outnumbered in our own half. Is that so hard to understand? Is that so hard to get through your skull? That if you leave yourself shorthanded, you are going to get fucked? It isn't just we have the least physical side in the Prem. It's that you're constantly asking one guy to win a duel every time we try to build up. You were saying that whoever is carrying the ball into the opposition half, you have to beat 3 players. In order for this team to work, Dominic Szoboszlai or Curtis Jones or Ibrahima Konate or whoever the fuck has the ball, you must bypass 3 players on your own. I need you to consistently beat a 3-way. That's what you have to do. You got to constantly beat 3. That's just never going to work. Ever. We've already gone through the stills. I don't want to redo that shit. I don't have the energy to put that kind of effort when this team didn't have the energy to show up for me today. The only thing that I'll give Slot a pass on is the energy that I saw from the players. I don't honestly sit here and believe that Slot tells these guys to walk. But I've seen that for 12 straight games. So at a certain point, I have to look at you and say, how come you haven't rectified this mistake? Why am I seeing it again? And I guess that's my biggest gripe. It's that I've seen it every game and it gets worse every game, which tells me you're either failing to fix it or you're not trying to fix it. Based on your post-game press conferences, I don't believe that you're trying to fix it. If you're thinking about any game past Crystal Palace, you're insane. You're insane. I'm about to open my legs like a Turkish whore for Jean-Philippe Mateta. I don't think you understand what's going to happen against Crystal Palace. You ever see Backdoor Sluts 9? That's what's going to happen. It's going to be Backdoor Sluts 9, but it's going to be Crystal Palace fucking the shit out of Liverpool. Because this manager has already proved he's unwilling to change. So my question to you is that if you went to the doctor and the doctor told you, sir, we have found something. It's at a very early stage. We believe that if you do this, you can get better. Would you tell the doctor to fuck off? That's the only question that's being raised here. Are you willing to concede the fact that the doctor is trying to get you to address this early? Or are you going to let it grow and fester and spread to your vital organs? The bathroom door is open because you guys need to see where Liverpool is going. Liverpool is going right here into my toilet in Los Angeles, California. You see that? You see that Drano? I have the Drano there so that when I flush this team down the toilet, I can make sure that my pipes don't get clogged. It's difficult to fit a grown man into a toilet. But we're going to have to fit 11. 12 if you include the manager. That's where we're headed. Straight to Shitville. Straight into the plumbing system of Los Angeles. Or, in this case, England. Bro, Brentford didn't have to do anything. People are acting like Brentford played well today. Bro, all you had to do was stick 5 in the midfield. That's it. I don't know how many times I have to say this. You don't have to play well against this football club. You don't even have to expend energy because we walk around the pitch. All you have to do is put 5 in midfield and we will walk ourselves to death. That's not hard. You could probably coach a bunch of 9-year-olds to a victory against this team. But half of those, we were drunk. We were drunk off winning the Premier League in half of those. Oh, we can't take it seriously. The players were drunk from winning the Premier League. Oh. Sound like fucking Elmo when you tell me that we should just excuse the second half of last season. You sound like a fucking children's character. You sound like a Muppet when you tell me that the clues weren't there, that the writing wasn't on the wall. Drank some copium in the first half of the season. I was being shameless. Deep down, I knew. But I was being a dickhead on American Waffle. I was telling these guys, hey, this is what champions do. This is what champions do. This is what Arnie Slot does. I want him out now. So I don't think it'll happen. See, this is the reality that we got to get in our head, people. FSG ain't letting him go. We have entered the Arteta era of Arnie Slot. The narratives are going to be that these players need time to adjust, and the manager needs time to adjust to new players. That's what the narrative is going to be. The narrative is going to be teething issues. The narrative is going to be, well, we've only lost these goals. We've only lost these games by one goal. The narrative that's being set will be Arnie Slot needs time. Arnie Slot needs time. That's the narrative. You've already fucking seen it the whole first half of the season. Let's look to the future. Let's look a year from now. What is this manager trying to build for a year from now? He's trying to build a team that will conquer everything. Even though they can't conquer how to fucking wipe their own ass away to Brentford, he's going to conquer the world. Yeah. Sure. Sure, guy. You're right. Arnie Slot is thinking 1 year in the future. Sure. This is the football that once we get it, we get it. I have seen signs of something that I can carry forward to the future. Yes, indeed. For sure. Bro, there's not a human being on the planet Earth that you could put into this 11 and it will change a goddamn thing. Not one. Alive today or that has ever existed. You could put a god into this starting 11 and he'll find a way to walk around the pitch. Zeus could be my striker and he still won't get any opportunities. How many chances did Ekitike get today? None. No. No, I don't. I don't. But let's not hear it from me. Enough of my stupid American Yankee voice that knows nothing because my name is Jon Snow. Let's hear what the manager has to say. Surely my Premier League winning manager will tell me what happened today. Let's listen. Wait, hang on. Subtitles. Got to be inclusive.
Arne, obviously another disappointing night. How do you sort your emotions after
Like you said, disappointing. Again, you're always hoping if you win a game of football during the week, although it's only 2 days rest when you come over here.
You see that? You see what he did before even answering the question. Did anyone catch what he did? He already laid the groundwork to make an excuse. It's like a mother scolding its child, her child. Why'd you do it? Well, before I get into why I did it, we should probably come to the conclusion that I shouldn't be left at home alone. So before I tell you why I drew on the wall, first let's talk about why did you leave me at home by myself? I'm only 5. Sounds a lot like what Arnie's already trying to tell me.
That of course you are hoping for a better result, but I was also hoping and expecting a better performance because the performance was far from what we are used to. Even if we're losing, our performances have been better than tonight.
My question to you, Senor Bald Dutch Bastard. How? Why? How do you expect that performance to be better? Why do you expect that performance to be better? Please articulate to me how the fuck that's supposed to be better with the way you just asked our boys to play. If you vacate the center of the park every time you attack, and you attack with 4 players, how? How? Just how? Please educate me. Educate the uneducated American on how you're supposed to make that better, on how that is a performance issue. See, you're starting to understand the manipulative tactics that he uses. We've lost better before. But bear in mind, we had to set the table of this analysis with mentioning the fact that we've only had 2 days rest. Let's continue.
What would you identify most in that performance that you were disappointed with?
Doing the basics right. Although if you're 1-0 down, 2-1 down, 3-1 down with the energy in the stadium, that's definitely helpful for them. And they are a very good team in winning duels and winning second balls. So you have to give them credit for that as well.
Notice how he undermines what he says by first playing down an excuse. This is basic psychology, people. Someone asks him, what about that performance? He says, well, to start, when you're down 2-1, 3-1, and the energy in the stadium, and the blah, and the blee, and the blue, and the bum. And then he's going to go into what he says. So first, he has to cool the temperature of the water so that he doesn't burn his toes. Then he'll tell us the truth.
Well, but yeah, of course, it's hard to win a game of football if the other team wins more duels, more second balls than you, especially if that is also something they are playing off. And again, like I've said many times, it's also difficult to win a game of football if the set piece balance is in their favor.
Did you hear that, people? Did you hear that? Set pieces. Set pieces. Set pieces. What put the game away for you against Frankfurt has now become the dagger that Brutus stabs you with. You are Julius Caesar, sir. You have been slain. Guys, what are we doing? Winning the duels, winning the 50-50s. Okay, why? Why were there so many duels? Why were there so many 50-50s? Because not only did Brentford play long, but we were forced to play long. Why were we forced to play long? Well, we decided to build up with 4 against the press of 5. We didn't decide to try to bypass a mid-block on the ground. We got frustrated and we reverted to a long ball. So you're telling me that your solution to not building up against the press in a shit build-up structure was to just abandon build-up and play it long. Like, here's my issue. While what he is saying is technically not true, you're blowing smoke up my ass because you're not telling me why, and you're purposefully not telling me why. You are avoiding the underlying cause. You are telling me that your stomach hurts. Meanwhile, there's a 2x4 sticking out of your fucking stomach. I know why your stomach hurts. I can fucking see it. You've been impaled by a giant piece of wood. Question asked, question answered. No one's asking the question. He ain't fucking answering it.
I mean, that first throw, I think it was their second long throw that they scored from. I mean, I presume you've been preparing for that. Yeah. It's the only thing we did yesterday on the training pitch, preparing for that.
Did you hear that? He said that the only thing that they did to prepare for this game was long throw-ins. He just said with his own words that the only thing that he just did for the last 2 days was prepare for long throw-ins. Those are his words, not mine. So you're telling me that the way that you built up against Chelsea, Southampton, Crystal Palace, Frankfurt in the first half, and every other fucking game this season told you something that I should build up like that again? So you thought that everything else going on at Liverpool was good enough that the only thing you had to practice for 2 days was long throw-ins. Again, his words, not mine. I mean, when we break down the long throw-in, Perkez was just weak at the back post. The rest of the long throw-ins led to nothing. And that's still only one goal. And even if that goes in, you have 85 fucking minutes with an extra 45 minutes because the referee doesn't want to blow his whistle. So you have an extra 9 million minutes to affect the game after you concede a long throw-in goal. But you're going to tell me that that's the only thing that you prepared for, which tells me that you felt confident with the rest of the way that we play.
And the meeting today. So that's not the only thing where we prepared them for, because Brentford is not.
Hey, none of that. No use of that word here. Big up to you. No use of that word or reference of that word. Call someone a moron.
Is also known for very good set pieces, but they are also, in my opinion, known for a fantastic counter-attack. And that was their second goal. And I think at this moment of time, and that's why it should never be seen as an excuse, but if I say it was a soft penalty, I hope you guys are not going to tell me that that is a soft or bad excuse, but it was a very soft penalty to concede.
It was a very soft penalty to concede. A blatant penalty was a very soft penalty to concede, and they have a good counterattack. Okay, well, what led to their constant counterattacks? Was it the fact that you couldn't build through their midfield? Was it the fact that every time you tried to enter their half, you were dispossessed? Was it the fact that every time you tried to go into the opposition half, you found yourself isolated on the wing without an outlet and you get screwed? Was it that you vacated the midfield every time we tried to build up? Guys, it's a pen. He kicks his foot. It's at the edge of the box. I'm not arguing that we didn't deserve to win either way. If you want to say never a pen, that's fine. If you think that's a gay rule, I respect my brother Jacob. Fuck off. There you go. You're understanding now, right? What he's saying are facts, but no one is asking why. Like, everyone's just listening to his words and they're being like, he is technically right, but they're not asking themselves, why is he right? I got to trim my mustache. It looks like shit. System. See? I don't think I've made it more abundantly clear that I want this bald Dutch bastard out of my club.
I think you made a couple of tactical adjustments at halftime, changing from back of 4-2 to 4-2-3-1, bringing Wirtz more inside and Salah to the right. What was the idea behind that?
No, I think Florian played in the first half also a lot on the inside, but Mo played a little bit more central as well, like we did this week against Frankfurt. But if you are 2-1 down, I was expecting the second half then maybe in moments to be a bit lower, and then it's always good to have Mo on the side where he can get his crosses in, his 1v1s. But it wasn't as if the second half was completely ours. That was definitely not the situation. They were in the game a lot.
He just said he was expecting the front line to drop. Okay, bullshit. Every game I've watched this season, as whoever's trying to be the progressive ball carrier moves forward, the front line moves away from them, meaning that the midfield 4 or 5 can simply sit there. Only guy I've seen this season to actually drop and try to drag a defender away is Federico Chiesa. I don't think that that's what you were expecting, because I haven't seen that every game. And if that's what you were expecting, and you've been telling the players to change, and it hasn't changed for 12 games, we have a much bigger problem. Your players don't respect you. And because they don't respect you, well, then you must go. People aren't deeping this. There are two answers to what's happening at Liverpool Football Club. A, Arne Slot is giving them shit instructions, and the players are performing those shit instructions. Or B, Arne Slot is giving them instructions, and the players aren't listening to him. Either way, he's got to go. Simple. You've had 12 games to figure this out. Regardless of result, I have seen dog shit for 12 games. What's 12? What's 12 times 90? I've wasted over 1,000 minutes of my life watching you get worse. I'm done. Not another minute. Not another minute. That doesn't even include Champions League. I'm not going to sit here and waste another minute. You're either telling them what to do and it's not the right thing, or you are telling them what to do and they're not listening to you. Both of those end with you leaving. Big up to him. I don't disagree here. Let's continue.
And although we scored the 3-2 and maybe we had a few moments to score the 3-2, they definitely also had their moments to already score the 4-1. Also scored the 4-1.
Yes. Good for the defeats recently. I'm good.
All right, I see a little bit of accountability. I do like that one sentence. Although, after we went up 3-2, we had some moments. They had moments to make it 4-1. Fair play.
Last season, you've been fairly pleased with the performance, but do you think it's fair to say this is the most disappointed you've been with the performance, or certainly up there in your time here?
Yeah, I think it's up there, yeah, in my time here in terms of losing a game of football. Because normally when we're 2-1 down or 3-1 down or 1-0 down, oh, by the way, after we went 1-0 down, that was the only 20-25 minutes I really liked from our game today. Unfortunately, we had a great moment with Florian that didn't lead to a goal, because then you need maybe to have a little bit of luck that those moments can bring you back into the game and can give us the energy. But after 30 minutes, I think they took the game again with long throw-ins and said.
I think he's absolutely crazy to think that we were any better after we conceded that goal. Florian Wirtz did get his chance, and even if he buries that, I still think like we're fucked. I don't think it would have changed anything. I don't think Florian Wirtz scoring that would have changed a thing. Because the way that we were trying to build up out of this press was just, it was fucking ass. And I saw it all last season. I saw Southampton give me the same problems. They're just not clinical. I saw Brighton give me the same problems. They just weren't clinical. I've seen it time and time again. I saw Crystal Palace give me those same problems in the first half. They just only scored one. It doesn't change the fact that the core problem here is the way that you're trying to play for 90 minutes. It's the way, if you're Liverpool, you're conceding the fact that we're going to have the possession most of the game. We're supposed to be the driver. If you're driving like a fucking dickhead, you're probably going to crash. We're driving like a dickhead. We're not controlling anything. We're making our own problems, right? If I'm driving a car and all of a sudden I start texting, I'm probably going to swerve. That's Liverpool. You know, we're texting. We dropped our phone. We're reaching over into the passenger side fucking wheel well to pick it up. We're swerving all over the place. Our eyes aren't on the road. And then we act like we're insane when a raccoon jumps out and we hit it. That raccoon being a goal against. Like it's insanity. It's insanity to think that at any moment of that game we played well. Mo Salah did well to finish his chance, but it was gifted to him off of a stupid pass from Brentford. Gifted. Florian Wirtz did find himself in that position, but it was like a ping-pong passage of play at the edge of the box. The fact is, with the players that we bought And the team that I had, I should be playing silky smooth football. I should be like Zohan. Silky smooth, silky fresh. I'm not. I'm like the Chinese knockoff of Top Gun. It's ass.
Pieces and other moments where they were just really good. So again, please don't focus on what I've just said. So they did many things well. And then I think, again, it is a crucial moment where just before they scored to 2-0, there was a moment where Cody dribbled inside the box and they didn't play the ball. I think if you would show both situations where the penalty we conceded.
See? You see? You see? Motherfuckers are going to point to the Cody situation and say it should have been a pen. Blow it out your ass. Blow it out your ass. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I just spent £500 million. I'm not sitting here and ever blaming a penalty not being given. The fact of the matter is you should have played this team off the park. You should have figured this shit out already. You should be at least doing the basics of football right in build-up. You're not doing any of those. You deserve to lose. Fuck the referee. I ain't doing it. You have some sense. No, I can barely listen to this. Didn't have anywhere else to fucking go either way. What else does this bald fuck have to tell me?
And that moment, and you show this to every referee in the world, he would tell you maybe both or nothing, but if I have to give one of the two, I definitely would give the one to Cody. But yeah, bad luck for us was that the referee, I don't think he was intended to give a penalty for that, but he thought, let's give them a free kick. But yeah, then the VAR said, yeah, it's inside. So then if you think it's a free kick, then it's a penalty. So that bad luck maybe comes if you play a game like football, like we did today.
So what, in a bigger picture, what do you think's happening to?
Slot didn't just crash the Ferrari. He didn't just crash the Ferrari. No. He stopped at a petrol station. He went to the attendant and he said, "Excuse me, sir, do you have any corn oil?" The attendant said, "What the fuck do you need corn oil for? A Ferrari can't run off of ethanol." Slot said, "Fuck you, I know more." Puts the fucking ethanol into the Ferrari, drives it. Ferrari's engine just starts exploding. All of a sudden, the whole car is on fire, but Arnie Slot's wearing a fireproof suit. Arnie Slot doesn't care that the car's on fire. He says, "The car is on fire because we go fast. The car is meant to go fast. The car is a fire." Arnie Slot hits a pothole, crashes into a tree, gets out and says, "This car is a shit. This is a shit car." That's what happened. This car is the problem. This car is a shit. The car had a corner kick against me. The car take a long throw in. The car has the set piece. This is what happened. Mamma mia, the car had a long throw in. The Ferrari, the Lamborghini, screw me.
Explain the difference from last season. Have teams found you out? Is it trying to adapt to all the new signings you've made? Is there, do you think, any sort of feeling that...
Bro, this guy can't even get the question out because he's so dumbfounded. This guy clearly has an opinion on what's going wrong at Liverpool, and he cannot believe that this fuck who gets paid £8 million a year can't figure it out.
Teams lost its level of performance after the huge high of winning the title. What's led to the dip?
No, quite a few things what you were just saying could have something to do with that. It's definitely, I've said this many times already, that teams have a certain playing style against us, which is a very good strategy to play, and we haven't found.
Did you guys deep what he just said? Did you guys comprehend the words that just came out of his mouth? The other team has a new strategy, and this strategy is effective. What the fuck does that mean? I'm sorry, I didn't realize that I was a 4-year-old child who didn't comprehend the English fucking language. The other team has changed the way that they play, and that way is good. Arnie, newsflash, you changed the way that you play, you're fucking yourself. Is that just not a possibility? When we have sat here and we have gone through what we changed and how it has cost us? He pulls his own pants down and he bends over and he says, "Come on in." That's Arnie Slot right now. I genuinely don't think he thinks that the way we play doesn't invite this against us. Because I don't think that other teams have made major adjustments. I think other teams have made one adjustment. Mid block, not low block. That's it. That is the only adjustment made against Liverpool. We don't need a low block because they don't have a midfield. So let's just park the midfield and watch them squirm like a bunch of headless chickens. Ladies and gentlemen, an ignorant American has just told you how to beat the Premier League champions. And I have 12 fucking games of evidence to prove it. How does that make you feel? That a dirty Yankee knows more about football. A goddamn American knows more about my game. How dare you? You, sir, should stick to basketball and baseball. Focus on home runs and touchdowns. How dare you defile my great sport? Where's my beans on toast and my imported tea?
That answer yet, and that every time going 1-0 down doesn't really help as well after 5 minutes. So it's a bit of that teams know which strategy to play against us. We are still, even today when we don't play well, able to score 2 goals and create more chances than only the 2 goals we scored from open play. But yeah.
He sounds like me. Even though we play so fucking bad, we can still create. I said that like 3 weeks ago. Are you watching me, Arnie? Are you watching me? Are you watching me, Arnie? No. Enz was there before me. I was playing my gimmick. Enz wasn't playing a gimmick. I had the same thoughts as Enz, but I wasn't public about them because I was trying to mask my misery. Enz put his shield on the table. Enz says, let's go. Big up to Enz. Publicly, he was there before me, so I can't make any claim to being the first to anything. Big up to Enz. Go subscribe. Let's finish this fucking bullshit.
You cannot even compete, which we don't do at the moment. We don't compete up there because we simply concede too many goals. And that is enough.
We simply concede too many goals. But when are you going to fucking publicly admit the fact that we concede too many goals because your system fucking sucks? Because you open your legs like a fucking whore and you say score. That's you, Arnie. That's the Liverpool way right now. The Liverpool way is to bend over and take it. And we don't ask why. We just know that when we show up today, my legs are opening for you, baby. That's what we do. That's what we do. But none of us at the football club have sat down and asked ourselves, but wait, hold on, guys. If I don't open my legs, what happens? It's that simple. It really is. Now, I'm just dumbing it down to a stupid analogy, but we've already spent so much time talking about the difficult tactical, the different tactical implementations that this manager has made over the last 10 months and 25 days that I just don't have the energy to do it again. I mean, we sat here after the game and we looked at the pictures ourselves. We watched the footage of players walking. We saw the positioning and the structure that our team had when trying to bypass a press. Again, I ask you, if a silly Yank can sit here, mark down the timestamps, and go over it on YouTube 5 minutes after the game ends, what are the people who get paid to do this do? If I've been able to do this for 6 games, tell you what I think will happen, see it happen, and I don't get paid any money, well, what are the people doing that do get paid? I don't even know why I'm wearing headphones. I don't know why I wear headphones when I stream, because there's no fucking music coming out of here. That's what our backroom staff does. They don't know why they do things. They don't know what they're doing. Why does my camera keep coming out of fucking focus, dude? Maybe it's because I'm moving too much. I'm too animated. I don't get paid the big bucks. I'm not the one getting paid $8 million a year. I tell you what, we have sat here and we have diagnosed everything we did wrong. And then we went and we analyzed the second half of the Frankfurt, and we showed everyone, well, what did we change? Even though we were up 3-1, what did we change? Well, the double pivot stayed in the center. The back three stayed behind the double pivot, and the wing backs acted as the extra men. And we built up with 6. It isn't hard, guys. This is literally a numbers game. You leave yourself with a 4-on-5 to get out of your own half. Against Frankfurt in the second half, I made it a 7-on-5. That's it. That's all I did. I brought out my calculator and I said, what's 7 minus 5? Plus 2? Run it. Today, Arnie Slot brought out his calculator. He said, what's 5 minus 4? I'm sorry, what's 4 minus 5? Minus 1? Run it. What the fuck else does this guy have to tell me?
Something I only look at our defense, because that's something we do with 11 players together. And yeah, it definitely also has to do with if you change quite a lot during the summer, then I think it's not a surprise that it can go a bit like this. But
fuck off. It has never gone like this. This is not the picture. This football club is not a wave. No. We are not a wave. No. This is the football club. This fucking toilet. Right? Gravity is the football club. Perpetual motion down. That is this football club. 45-degree angle. Down. Down. Arnie Slot just did this as though we've had high moments. No. This is Liverpool. Down. Into the fucking ground. There have been no highs. Any blip has been individual brilliance, not the team. Individual brilliance. Put down. I'm not hearing any of this bullshit anymore. He's about to tell me that I spent $500 million and that's why I'm struggling. Even though the same problems existed before you spent that money. Here's the thing. If you look at the second half of last season, every game we struggled in, we had the same exact thing. What I just watched against Brentford, I saw last year. It's just the other team wasn't clinical, and I was more clinical. Same thing. Arsenal comes up to me. Arsenal away. That's a great example. We completely could not bypass Arsenal's press at the Emirates because we were building up with 4 like fucking idiots, and we ran the 4-2-4. But it was really like a 3-1-0-0-0-0-6. Then I had 2 individual moments of brilliance. One of them was a ridiculous pass by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Am I missing Trent? No. Am I missing Trent's individual brilliance in a game? Yes. But I'm not missing him to the team. I don't think people are deeping how much individual brilliance we relied on in the second half of the season. And how now that well has dried up and you have been laid bare for the world to see. You had on diamond armor, Minecraft settings. You had diamond armor on, but someone has hacked your account and taken everything away from you. So the next time you load into the game, you're butt fucking naked. That's what's happened. The armor is gone. You've been hacked. You're fucked. No disco disco. No disco disco. No Ferrari. No Ferrari. This is terrible analysis from my man. This is the opposite of what I want to see. What I want to see him come out here and say is, we have not been good enough this season. The way we play football has not been good enough this season. Other teams are able to take advantage of us. We are beating ourselves week in, week out. That's what I want to see. Something must change. No. And the people saying, well, who would you get? My response is simple. To the people that are going to argue against those that are Arnie Slot out, this is the train of logic. Life is based on certainty, right? All of your decisions that you make are based on clarity and certainty, and they're all pattern-based. Every decision you make in your life is pattern-based. You wake up and you drink the same cup of coffee every day because you know what you're going to get when you drink that coffee. You know the taste it has. You know the energy it gives you. You know the smell it has, X, Y, Z, yada, yada, yada. You change coffees when you begin to get sick of it, or you keep it for the rest of your life because it works for you. That's a pattern. The pattern I see right now is that I'm watching the same thing every week. I'm seeing the same result every week. And if it changes, it's because one individual has decided to break the pattern. One individual has broken the pattern. So when someone says, who are you going to get? It isn't about who am I going to get to replace. It's that I have noticed a pattern. It is unchanged. I am running out of time. I am certain that this pattern will continue. The only way to break that certainty is to get rid of the pattern. That is the frame of mind of any logical person who is Arnie Slot out at this current moment. You have seen the pattern. You know the pattern. You don't want to see it anymore. Anything is better than this. It's that simple. Four fucking games out of 10. 4. We have almost conceded 20 goals. We're not 10 games into the year. Even if you are, you still have patterns, Richard. You still do the same thing when you wake up every day. You still grab your phone. You still go to the shitter. You still plop your ass down, and you still scroll. I'm Arnie Slot out because I know this pattern won't change. I just gave you 4 games to make a difference. You got paid £300,000 during that international break. That's right. I did the math. I broke down how much money you make a week, and you changed nothing going into that Man United game, which was already a disgrace. Not only do you change nothing on the pitch, you change nothing off the pitch. Again, let's go back to a live reenactment of what Arnie Slot's press conferences look like at the current moment. Every time I hear Arnie Slot, this is how I feel.
Like the set pieces hurt us again today.
Oh my God! Same shit, get hit.
That's it. That's Arnie Slot. That's it. Everyone here acts like this is like a revelation. I wouldn't even call this a crash out. Like, I'm being very calm. Because we've been sitting here for weeks and we've been saying the same shit every fucking day. In the build-up to this game, we said the same thing. In the post of the Frankfurt game, we said the same thing. I am certain of what happens now. I am certain. Even if I win against Crystal Palace, I'm not going to see a change of style in the way that we play. Even if I win against Aston Villa, I'm not going to see a change in style. Even if I win against Real Madrid, even if I win against Manchester City, at this point, the results, they don't mean anything. Because I know how those results will get here. They missed their chances, and we had individual moments of brilliance. Simple. It doesn't change the core. It doesn't change the foundation. It doesn't change the identity of who this club is right now, and it's dog shit. It belongs in here. This club's identity as of October 25th, 2025 is the shit I took this morning and flushed down this toilet. So after I shit, I light a match because I'm a good person. Regardless, I didn't light a match this time because you got to seep in it. You got to suffer in it. You have to accept the fact that your life as a Liverpool fan is shit. And it's because of that bald Dutchman. And the players are the only ones that have been able to go into the fire and drag something out of a game. It is only because of their individual brilliance that we are not in an even worse position than we are. And my problem is that the club are being run by a bunch of 3 blind fucking mice. I got 3 blind mice as the heads of my club. John W. Henry, Richard Hughes, and Michael Edwards. Arne Slot and Mikel Arteta have done complete 180s with each other this season. Slot is a fucking pussy, and Arteta has shown at least a modicum of having some balls. Arne Arteta. That's his name. Arne Arteta. The bald Dutch bastard who's fucking my club. We've already displayed the proof to show you that it is a manager problem, not a player problem. You know, it's just for shits and gigs. Just for shits and giggles. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what the XG was, right? Because XG just tells us everything. You want to know what pisses me off? People who are stat merchants who try to fucking gaslight me, who try to gaslight me as though I don't have eyes. Can someone explain to me how the fuck on earth we had an equal amount of XG? I'm sorry, where the fuck are these 5 chances? Salah's goal was not a big chance. So where did I get these 5 chances? Where did these come from? I had 18 shots. When? When did I have 18 shots? I had 4 corner kicks. When? They only passed the ball 288 times. Excuse me? The team that dominated the game only passed the ball less than half the amount of times I did? Huh? But we want to talk about XG. We had the same XG. On another day, we could have won that game. We could have gotten out there with a point. I didn't celebrate Mo Salah's goal. Because even if we fucking drew, I'd be sitting here just as pissed off. I'd be losing my fucking mind. I would be in a room, a rubber room. That's how I feel. You know that stupid ass fucking trend that people were doing? Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room, a rubber room, and then they just keep fucking saying it over and over. That's Arnie Slot. Arnie Slot is the fucker that's in the rubber room, and I'm outside through double pane glass cheering him on, saying, "You got it, big guy. You can get out. You got it." No, he can't. He's fucked. He's insane. He's psychotic. He needs to be fucking medically induced. I mean, let's just put it this way. If you're a Liverpool fan right now, you're in a car, right? And you got a buddy to your right. You're in the back seat. You can't see out the windshield. There's a guy driving. His name is Arnie Slot. And you have a friend to your right. Your friend's head isn't down. Your friend can see out of the windshield. And the car's moving at a fairly normal rate, so there's nothing to be concerned. But your friend starts tapping you on the shoulder and saying, "Hey, we should probably jump out of this fucking car." To which you reply, "Why would I be so stupid to jump out of a moving fucking car?" Then he tells you, "Because we're about to drive off a cliff." And then you go, "But wait, why would he drive us off a cliff? Why would he willingly drive us off a cliff? Who gives a shit? Listen to your friend. He's driving you off a cliff. The why doesn't fucking matter. Jump out of the fucking car." That's the simplest metaphor that I can give you to explain what's going on at Liverpool right now. You're either listening to your friend or you're going to die with the driver. Even if we somehow win the next 4 games, there is no confidence. There is no sustainability or consistency here. There is no structure. There is no football. There is no style of play. There is no pattern of play. There is no way to bring out the best in these players. There is nothing positive to take away from anything. There are, in fact, infinite negatives with 0 positives. I want you to think of it like it's a fraction, right? On the bottom of the fraction is the symbol infinity. On the top of the fraction is the number 0. Which side of the fraction do you think the negativity is on? Bro, you can either listen to the doctor or you can fucking go carnivore and think that you can heal your cancer by eating fucking broccoli. Like, guys. The master of music. This is why you guys need to stop going on Twitter, because Twitter is a fucking pool of a bunch of people who don't know anything. Anyone can have a Twitter. I mean, fuck if I know. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the second coming of a prophet, but I see what I see, and I'm simply saying what I see. And right now, based on output, what I see and what I say has been proven right. If I get proven wrong, I'll be the first one to stand here and say, "You're right, I'm sorry. He's the man." There you go. Here's my apology. I'm an idiot. You're the best. You're right. I'm stupid. Handshake. And guess what? We both celebrate. Unfortunately, that's just not it. Look at this fucking guy. Look at this guy, Staffy. Look at this dickhead. Look at this dickhead. Not a dickhead because he's a Man United fan. He's a dickhead because he's a fucking dickhead. You know I know more ball than anyone. And I'm not just saying that because my word is law and I'm completely unchallenged and unchecked here. I'm saying that because the proof is in the pudding, big guy. But also remember, I'm a silly little American. I'm a stupid American. I don't know anything about football. Why? Who am I? Have you ever been to Anfield? Have you ever been there? Have you ever gone to the stadium and smelt the smells and heard the crowd and sang the songs? Have you ever crossed the Arch of Anfield? Have you ever crossed Abbey Road? Have you ever been to England? That's what they're going to tell you. They're not going to argue against you. They're just going to say, have you ever been there? See, you get it. Have you ever been to, I actually no. Scouse is the one I can't. I can do a posh British accent, but Scouse is too hard. Kind of coke. Like it's just it just doesn't work. Kind of coke. No, I can't. I can't. But the posh British I have a dick in my ass, that accent is quite easy. In fact, it's very easy to sound like you're intelligent talking like this. Have you ever been to England? Have you ever had an unseasoned tomato on rye toast? Have you ever eaten beans with just bread? Have you ever had our national dish before? Have you drank the tea that we import? Have you ever driven on the wrong side of the road? That's all they have. That's how you know you got one of these fucks beat. When they start leaning to the fact that you're not British. That's how you know you've won. That accent is top notch. Huzzah, as they say in Great Britain, huzzah. Yes, tally ho. Tally ho. Tally ho for sure. Arnie Slot will take us to victory. For sure. England is back. Tommy Tuchel will bring us it home again. Us Brits are not used to seeing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. We sing it's coming home every year. It hasn't come home for 60. But I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Have you ever been to England? Do you know what it smells like in England? I'm always grumpy. Well, Chris, big up to you. Do you think that you can articulate a reason as to why today I shouldn't be grumpy? Any? I'm willing to listen. At this point, my ears are open. The Chelsea fans. West London, of course. Chelsea are the best. London's pride. London is blue. Arsenal suck. I love London. Hello. That's what they all fucking sound like. Staffy, you should do a show with Mike. Staffy, if you want to come on. Just let me know. I'll send you the link, Habibi. I don't give a shit. What more is there for me to say? This team fucking sucks. This manager fucking sucks. You want my opinion on Arnie Slot? You want my opinion? I'll give it to you right here. My opinion on Arnie Slot in 14 seconds, brought to you by the great Michael Caine.
All right, gold member. Don't play the laughing boy. There are only two things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
What?
I like the emphasis he says that with. I can't stand people who are intolerant of other people's cultures. I can't stand when someone goes to another country and pretends like it's their own. And I also can't stand the Dutch. The Dutch national team has invaded my club and the hierarchy of my club. No more Holland. Get out. Get out. Get out. Out. Listen, I was the first person on the planet to have a mustache, so you respect me. I had it before it was a trend. And mine's better. I don't know what he is, but what I can tell you for a fact is that he is insane, he is blind, and he is Dutch. He's a Dutchman. He doesn't belong here. He does not belong at this football club. Arnie Slot has done so much to destroy my confidence in this club that I am perfectly willing to entertain the argument that it was Klopp's team. I'm willing. Based on evidence, i.e., this whole season, I'm willing to entertain the idea that Arne Slot won the league with someone else's team. And the second he made it his team, January, it started to fucking suck. It's not Isak's fault. I don't have any smoke for these players. That's not true. I have a little bit of smoke. I have a little bit of smoke. That little bit of smoke is born from the idea that I need to see more from you. I need to see you to tell the manager to fuck off. I need to see you grab the game by the scruff of the neck. Today, the energy from the players was abysmal. But I think a lot of it came from how we decided to set up and the fact that we couldn't do anything. You see, again, Chris, I'm just saying I'm willing to entertain these conversations now. Before, I would shut them down completely. I'm not saying that they're fact. I'm saying that at this point in time, based on what I've seen this season, these are now conversations that we can entertain. This is no longer a shut the fuck up. This is now, I have to hear you out and I have to rebuttal. That's all. That's all I said. Okay. Klopp's team and muscle memory of that philosophy is probably why we won. Yeah. Yeah. Please don't let Klopp become Sir Alex Ferguson. I need Klopp to come back. I'm going to be the first one to say it publicly. Come back, Dad. Come back, Papa. We need you. Now more than ever, I need Jurgen Klopp. Lord knows this is a Jurgen Klopp team, just with better players. Please. Dear Lord John W. Henry, pay Jurgen Klopp $50 million a year to come back and save me. Yeah, but I'm willing to entertain this conversation. That's the only point I'm making. The point that I'm making is that I'm entertaining that conversation. I'm not shutting it down. I'm allowing it. Before, I didn't allow it. Now, I'm allowing it. I'm not saying that's a concession of guilt or proclaiming that you are correct, but I'm not going to shut you down before you can make your point. Whereas before, I would shut you down before you could even get a word out. Slot turned into the Antichrist. Fuck Fagin. Turned into the Antichrist. Arne Slot is the physical representation of the Antichrist in football. Listen, people are going to talk about the players. They're going to say that they're just not good enough. But the individual brilliance of these players is the only reason why I've won any games this season anyway. So, I bet you shove that up your ass, you fucking prick. Not you, the other people. You're based. Petition to Premier League to ban Dutch managers. I hate the Dutch. Das, thoughts on Liverpool failing to buy the league like Man City, like Man United and City used to. It's pretty pathetic. You know, the fact that we have to spend £500 million and then say that these players need time to adjust. Meanwhile, no one else was ever given that privilege and no one else ever needed that much time and no one else ever regressed every single game after spending £500 million. Yeah. Yeah. You can't say that Chelsea regressed because Chelsea were never champions when they did it. At least in the short term. People are going to point to the £1 billion bottle jobs, but I'm like, that team sucked before. So, like, nothing changed. This team was good and got bad. That's 1,000 times worse. That is the definition of a bottle job. Tell me, how can a team that didn't win anything be a bottle job? Riddle me that, motherfucker. We're shit at spending money. Griggs, I'm not even going to argue with him. Maybe we should have stayed in our own lane. Maybe we should have kept it with Prospect FC. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have the energy to fight against rivals. I don't. This team has killed me. I am dead inside. I am suffering. I am in complete misery. My manager fucking hates me. I hate my manager. Fuck him. Terrible. We don't need to sell or buy players yet until we get Slot out because we really don't know what we have in these new players yet. I know what I have. I have brilliance. Brilliance led by a fucking moron. That's what I have. I've got a blind mice for a manager leading my diamonds into someone else's pocket. That's what I have. What did we say? We said life is about patterns. And right now, the pattern is very clear. You aren't willing to change. Therefore, I see the same results. All sacking Slot will do is bring some uncertainty into my life, which is what we need. Because as of today, based on the lineup, any competent Liverpool fan on the planet can tell you exactly what's going to happen and what the ifs of that game will be. This will happen if this does not. Slot owes Isak and Wirtz an apology for ruining their careers. He didn't ruin their careers yet because Slot will be gone soon. For sure. At least I have to hope. But they signed 5-year contracts, so get fucked. You're mine forever, bitch. Yeah. It's unfortunate. I don't know what he sold these players. I don't know if they signed these contracts under duress. You know, I think we need to ask that question. I think we need to ask, did Slot blackmail them into becoming Liverpool players? I don't know. But I can't tell you no. I can't confidently sit here and say that we didn't have dirt on them to get them to sign. Because if this is what you sold them and they signed, then they are wastes of money because they're fucking idiots. I never thought that we were back. I just thought we showed signs of promise and we needed to carry that into the next game. We didn't carry it into the next game. We got fucked. Simple. Slot will lose against Palace. If you haven't turned now, respectfully, I don't care. I don't want to hear your opinion. If you have not seen the writing on the wall by now, I don't want to hear your opinion. You know, it's kind of like there's a small section of this fan base that has just recently learned what a credit card is and how revolutionary it is in the exchange of commerce. And then the rest of the fans are like, no, I want to still use my paper and coin. And they don't want to adopt the credit card. The credit card is Slot out. It's the most obvious revolutionary idea. But you want to stick to digging in your pocket for coins to pay for your coffee. It's the PSG, lost to Newcastle. I mean, these are all facts. I don't know what you want me to argue against here. I don't know. I can't answer that. I can't tell you what he did to get them. I think it's blackmail. I think we blackmailed both of them. I think we have dirt on them and we got them to come to our club. Only logical explanation I can think of. Yes, 100%. But I still don't give Arnie any leeway. I'm not giving any leeway to the idea that the players need time because I saw the same issues before they got here. So if the issues remained before they got here, well, these players aren't causing those issues. The only reasonable way to say that would be that if the injection of these players was the thing that was giving us problems. That's not possible when the problem was the same before they got here. So they can't be the cause. What do you realistically think how many games Slot has left then, unfortunately? I don't know. I can't give you any realistic answers because I'm not living in reality anymore. What I'm watching is not real. 3 games left. I think Slot has 3 seconds left. As a United fan, I'm gooning so hard at this right now. I hope you are. Big up. Drop a like and subscribe. Don't be a dick. My thoughts on Xavi Hernandez. I think literally anyone on the planet would be better. Right now, anyone. I think I could do a better job. Dead ass. I don't actually think that, but I think anyone could do a better job. Anyone. I don't care. I know what happens if he stays. I need to know what happens if he goes. I need some uncertainty. Voodoo shit on Isak for him to behave that way to get the LFC transfer. I don't fucking know, dude. My ideal replacement, again, anyone. Any human being with a pulse. I'm not privy to who jumped ship. I didn't take that away from him. He won the league. But the time is now, not yesterday. He did win the league. And I'm not going to take that away from him. But the time is now, Eddie. What you did yesterday means nothing. Eddie, let me ask you something. You have a friend. His name is Arnie. Your friend Arnie gave you $1 billion yesterday. Today, he decided to stab you. Do you fuck with your friend Arnie? We ain't getting Gahey, Wharton, Semenyo, or Elise now. Habibi, there ain't a fucking player on God's green earth that can help this dog shit system. Not one. There is no player on earth that makes a difference when you try to beat a midfield 5 with 3 defenders and 1 midfielder. None. All that does is shift blame. Then you'd be sitting here and you'd be saying Elise ghosts because he can't get involved. You'd be saying Wharton ghosts because he can't beat 3 guys every single time. You'd be saying that Gahey ghosts because he's not Jesus Christ. You'd be saying that Semenyo ghosts because we can't get the ball to him. Fucking anyone, bro. Anyone. 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 I would take anyone. Again, this is based on right now. Like, based on what I've seen and the patterns that I've seen, I don't see change. If he possessed the ability to change, well, then maybe I would give him more time. But he hasn't demonstrated any ability to change. And so until he demonstrates that, I'm Arnie Slot out. It's at this point where the onus is now on you to convince me why you should stay. It's your job to tell me why you deserve to be in the job. Obviously, as fans, we do not have the power to sack someone. I can't just ring up John W. and be like, yo, what's good, bruh? Hope the yacht's treating you well. By the way, can you sack Arn for me, please? Preesh. Deuces. Technically speaking, my fucking opinion doesn't mean anything. But it's on him to convince me that he should stay. Hey. But other teams change the way they play against us. Odunfa, I hope I'm saying that right. Odunfa, other teams change the way that they play against us. It's not our fault that we can't adjust. It's not our fault because they change the way they play. Big up. Klopp, would love him. Areola, his name's not Arnie Slot, love him. Who's the bigger Dutch fraud, Pep Linders or Arnie Slot? Trick question, they both equal the Antichrist. Like the video. Areola would fit like a glove. Hughes brought him into Bournemouth as well. Anyone would fit like a glove right now. Our legs are open. Come on. Areola, come on. Everyone and their mama knows that Glasner would jump ship for an opportunity like LFC, MU, Arsenal, etc. I don't care. His name's not Arnie Slot. Welcome in. We all know Areola is coming. Watch Hughes. Knows him. My baby, I don't care. I don't care about the name. Anyone Any human being alive who is qualified to manage in the Premier League, please come. Please. Five weeks ago, we sat here and we aired the problems that are going on at this football club. 5 weeks ago, people called us negative. People were acting like we were saying slot out, even though we weren't. Those problems persisted week after week after week. After the United game, I didn't say slot out. I said, we're at DEFCON 5. We are at the threat of global thermonuclear war. Actually, it would be DEFCON 3. We're at DEFCON 3. Global thermonuclear war is on the precipice. The president is being debriefed. The nuclear codes are in his hand. The keys are ready to be turned, but they have not been launched yet. Frankfurt came, and we went back to DEFCON 4. First half, we went to DEFCON 1. Second half, we went back to DEFCON 4. But we said we have to continue with the second half performance. 10 minutes into this game, it was DEFCON 1. The codes had been read. The keys had been turned. The nukes had been launched. That's it. It's over. It's done. Enough. Enough. I'm not going to sit here and let this fester, spread, grow, infect. Do you know how you stop a pandemic? You don't let patient 0 spread the disease. Arne Slot is patient 0. Got to take him out. Metaphorically. Next season, the fuck you talking about, bro? I can't even think past Crystal Palace. The enemy of everything is emotion. The enemy of everything is emotion. This is an analytical game. I don't need my manager to be an emotional train wreck. I need him to be a fucking savage. I need him to be a savage that is addicted to winning. Arne Slot is not a savage, and he is not addicted to winning. I know he's not addicted to winning because he hasn't changed anything. The fact that that first loss against Palace didn't make him take a look in the mirror and just fucking lose his mind. The fact that he hasn't lost his mind yet tells me this guy doesn't care. He doesn't have the right idea. He's too much of a positive pussy. I need a psycho. I need a psycho. Psychos win. Obsessive people win. He's not obsessive. You're right, but in the worst way possible. You're way too cool. Way too cool. You're acting way too chill. Either way, I haven't eaten a fucking thing today. I have to eat something. Especially after watching this fucking crime against humanity that we call football. Let me see, how many subs are we on? 612. Let's get that up. Like the video, subscribe. If I get to 1,000 subs, I will be a psycho and I will waste $150 on FIFA points and open the packs live. Why? I don't know. I can't think of anything better to do to celebrate something. Yes, we just had a shit sandwich and then we fucking dressed it in more shit. No whipped cream on shit. I'm putting shit on shit. You know what I was saying? Hey, that's like whipped cream on shit. Guess what? I got a new one for you. That's like putting shit on shit. Big up to all of you guys. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you being here. It's looking pretty bleak. It's looking like the end of the world. It's looking like global thermonuclear war. The sooner you accept the fact that the world is ending, the sooner you'll be okay with it. And the sooner you'll be able to think rationally. So, stop trying to save the world. The world is burned. We're all done. Gone forever. We're fucked. It is what it is. Accept it, and it will free you. Until this manager goes, we're fucked. Total, utter fuck. Completely fucked. Anyway, big up. Appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. Ignorant American Yankee out. I don't know nothing because I'm